The Mortal Kombat franchise has existed for almost 3 decades by now, and in that time it's spawned a list of highly popular and recognizable characters. Foundational to that popularity is that this cast all met or continued to meet at a particular moment when Earthrealm's future seemed to be at its most bleak. It's worth noting that all of the games are built upon a great deal of history that precedes the events of even the first Mortal Kombat game. One such legendary character important to the early history of the Mortal Kombat series is the Great Kung Lao. His life was important in altering the trajectory of the fate of Earthrealm, and in death his importance to the world was made even more important. We'll discuss this character and play around with some interesting possibilities regarding a story that is different for him in this video. Before continuing, it is worth noting that there are 2 continuities in the Mortal Kombat series, the Midway continuity and the Netherrealm continuity. The Midway continuity is comprised of titles developed by Midway Games, the original developer of the Mortal Kombat franchise, though now defunct. The Netherrealm continuity is comprised of games developed by NetherRealm Studios, the current developer of the Mortal Kombat games, starting with Mortal Kombat 2011. In either continuity, the basic idea behind the Great Kung Lao remains the same. He's a Shaolin monk and a human native to Earthrealm. He is a member of the Order of Light, a sect of Shaolin monk devoted to the living expression of virtue. The Wuxi Academy, a location frequently seen in the Mortal Kombat games, belongs to the Order of Light. His existence predates the lives of Kung Lao, Kung Jin, and Liu Kang by 500 years, and he is said to be the ancestor of Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and Kung Jin, the latter whose existence is exclusive to the Netherrealm continuity. The Great Kung Lao enters his first Mortal Kombat tournament with Earthrealm in dire circumstances. The Mortal Kombat tournaments are such that when one realm wins 10 consecutive victories over another in tournaments, invasion by one realm into the defeated realm is allowed. The Great Kung Lao's most fearsome opponent in his first Mortal Kombat tournament is the evil sorcerer Shang Tsung, and after their fight, it is the Shaolin monk who would stand as the victor, thereby saving Earthrealm from invasion by Outworld, the realm that Shang Tsung represented. The Great Kung Lao would defy custom and spare Shang Tsung's life after beating him. Shang Tsung would later seek his revenge by sending one of his trained pupils, Goro the Shokan warrior, to fight in the tournament. When Goro and the Great Kung Lao would fight, Goro would emerge the victor and kill the Great Kung Lao, ridding Earthrealm of its champion and its defender. His death brings about the establishment of the White Lotus Society, a more secretive and selective order of warriors within the Order of Light, that is comprised of warriors hand-chosen to defend Earthrealm from threats made by other realms. There are some differences between both continuities besides this origin story, however. In the Midway continuity, it is established that Shang Tsung took the Great Kung Lao's soul upon the latter's death, but the Shaolin monk's soul is freed from captivity after Shang Tsung is killed during the events leading up to the beginning of the 6th game in the Midway continuity, Mortal Kombat Deception. In the Netherrealm continuity, the Great Kung Lao is given added representation by way of his ancestor Kung Lao. It is said in Kung Lao's ending in Mortal Kombat 2011 that Kung Lao is the reincarnation of the Great Kung Lao, and in Mortal Kombat 11 it is established that the Great Kung Lao's spirit can be summoned by Kung Lao, frequently appearing in Kung Lao's battle animations as a bluish apparition. It's a fun nod to the continuity and might be a suggestion that Kung Lao's power is greater than is being told in the game's stories. This is about what there is to know about the character. There's never been any indication that the Great Kung Lao would be revived or that he would make another more substantive appearance in a future game. But it's worth noting that the ending to Mortal Kombat 11 sees Fire Liu Kang, a combination of Liu Kang's past and current self and imbued with Raiden's thunder powers, and a past version of Kitana regulating the flow of time. It may be the case that the writers for the Mortal Kombat series could reboot the entire franchise, and perhaps start it at a point during which the Great Kung Lao is alive or somehow more relevant. In Kung Lao's Mortal Kombat 11 ending, he undoes the death of the Great Kung Lao, and this results in Earthrealm being undefeated in Mortal Kombat tournaments. Nevertheless, it could be an interesting idea to start the series at a point in time during which the Great Kung Lao is at his fighting prime and alive. The Netherrealm continuity already serves as a reboot to the Midway continuity, and rebooting the games to a point in time before the first Mortal Kombat game again might seem a bit played out for the writers. Starting a new continuity at a point in time much earlier than is typical may seem risky as well, because we will probably lose a lot of popular names such as Johnny Cage or Liu Kang. However, this continuity could still allow for the presence of Edenians such as Kitana and Jade. By the time the Great Kung Lao is alive, the Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei should be existing, so characters from either clan could be represented in this hypothetical Mortal Kombat 12 roster. We would definitely lose Special Forces characters such as Sonya Blade and Jax Briggs, and cyborgs such as Sector and Cyrax would also be absent. A Mortal Kombat 12 set during the time that the Great Kung Lao is alive takes place a few centuries before the time of Mortal Kombat 11. And at that point, Earthrealm doesn't have access to the same world governments or technology that we are familiar with. But with classic names established, this Mortal Kombat 12 could simply add some new faces until the new roster is formed. If the Great Kung Lao were instead to win the fateful fight against Goro instead of being defeated, Shao Kahn might abandon both Shang Tsung and Goro. Shao Kahn may perhaps dismiss the Shokan in general, depending on how temperamental Shao Kahn is written to be, as after the Shokan warrior Kintaro loses in Mortal Kombat 2, he favors the Centaurians and Motaro instead. In the Midway continuity, Shang Tsung was rescued by Shao Kahn after having cheated in a Mortal Kombat tournament and being sentenced to death for doing so. If Shang Tsung and Goro would fail after being assisted by Shao Kahn, it seems even less likely that Shao Kahn would immediately support them again, and instead would find another way to boost Outworld's chances against Earthrealm. So it would seem likely that the Great Kung Lao's victory over Goro would doom Shang Tsung for life. This also would mean that Mileena probably would not exist, as Mileena is a creation of Shang Tsung's. In general, Shang Tsung being out of the picture takes the fate of Earthrealm on a path far away from either the Midway or the Netherrealm continuity. The Great Kung Lao's rise takes place after Queen Sindel of Edenia takes her own life after Shao Kahn kills her husband, King Jared, but if Shang Tsung is not allied with Shao Kahn, it doesn't seem likely that Sindel is revived. In fact, Kitana and Jade become forced allies of Shao Kahn after Shao Kahn forces a marriage between himself and Queen Sindel. In both continuities, it is a meeting with other heroes that prompts Kitana and Jade to shift allegiances from Shao Kahn to the side of good, so there are many possibilities that can be explored. On that note, what remains most important in this vision of events for Mortal Kombat 12 is explaining how the heroes would unite, as there's no way that the heroes should be working against each other, since it would allow Shao Kahn to conquer all of the realms. Raiden could again return to unite heroes against any serious threat against Earthrealm, as Raiden has always taken it upon himself to be the defender of Earthrealm since the earliest years of the realm's existence. Raiden may seek allegiances with characters from other realms, including Edenia, Outworld, perhaps even Netherrealm and Chaos Realm and Order Realm, the latter two of which are established in Mortal Kombat Deception. Such a vision of Mortal Kombat 12 allows the writers to explore much more of the mythology surrounding the Mortal Kombat series, though at the not insignificant expense of some marquee characters. What do you think of a Mortal Kombat 12 which is set centuries earlier than what we're used to seeing from the Mortal Kombat games? Do you want the Mortal Kombat franchise to be rebooted, or do you want Mortal Kombat 12 to continue after where Mortal Kombat 11 left off? Please let us know in the comment section below, and as always, thanks for watching. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from GamingBolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.